Good morning. Again. Self-Evident Truths is the name of this video, and I'm actually quoting or reading, quoting from the Declaration of Independence, paragraph 2. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted above men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Yes, I continue to ask for help. Here's the PayPal link. Now, let me say something about what I just said about the PayPal link. I'm paying my lawyer more money again today, and raising money for this thing and not knowing, got a hair in my mouth, not knowing, still there, not knowing what, wow, not knowing whether I will have a roof over my head or not. I mean, I need to prepare for the worst case scenario, obviously, which would mean having to move out of here, being forcibly evicted from my home. Killing me would be the easier solution, because I really don't want to leave at somebody else's bequest or a demand. But in any case, I will continue to need help until the issue has gone away. And as much as I don't like asking and bringing that up, I feel it's necessary, and I do thank those that have already made contributions. It's not been a lot, but thank you. Anyway, back to the topic of self-evident truths. Gypsy Rob, and I don't know who he is, made a comment on my video that's previous to the one that I'm making right now. The current, which would be the current video till this one's up online. The definition of a delusional free man is a non-person that attempts previously rejected defenses to the same body of law over and over and expects a different result. It's like they have never heard of stare decisis. I don't know what that means. One of the main principles of common law, the doctrine of precedent. Or they choose to live in denial and pretend it doesn't exist. This is why a free man sovereign citizen is usually presumed ignorant before being found guilty. They are indoctrinated by so many misconceptions in law and how the legal system operates. The principles of court is bound to apply. Get a lawyer, Ron. Well, I do have a lawyer, and I'm going to be paying him more money today because I have to. And I've been watching other things. And this guy, Gypsy Rob, is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Precedent does not set standards. Standards are established. The free rights of men, that we are created equal and endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, is a given. It is a given based on natural law, and no law, no matter how much in application it is, like the de facto system is applied, an applied legal system. Okay, it's what the courts run on, and it's all fraud, it's all fiction, it's a bullshit lie, and it undermines our natural rights, which the founders of our nation, the United States, envisioned, at least some of them, Thomas Jefferson and maybe some others. I'm sure there were some that, like Alexander Hamilton, that didn't. He was a European and was fighting for the banks. He was not an honest U.S. citizen, because his ideals were screwed up, in my opinion. But it isn't an opinion that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. No system of law can undermine those rights, and when it does, it is acting unlawfully, period. Which means most governments of the world, certainly the one in the United States, are acting unlawfully. A de facto government is not real. It has no foundation of truth. That's why they're trying to undo the first 10 amendments. They've already, as early as 1812, undid the 13th Amendment, the original 13th Amendment, which did not allow attorneys to hold public office. And they have undermined all the principles upon which the most visionary founders of this nation established for us. Now, did they see everything? Of course. I've said this before. Of course, they didn't understand that women were equal to men. They didn't understand that blacks and Native Americans were equal to whites, or everybody is equal. It has no, it doesn't matter about the gender. It doesn't matter about race. It doesn't matter about economic situations, whether you're poor or rich. You are a human being. And as human beings, we have, given by God, whether we know it or not, whether we want to embrace it or not, we have been given by God unalienable rights to pursue our happiness in our own way. But there are limitations to pursuing our happiness. If pursuing our happiness means we have to dominate others, we are violating the most basic principle of natural law. And that is, do not usurp the free will or violate the free will of another being, of another expression of God. Allow them to have freedom of religion, freedom of choice, freedom of expression, so long as it doesn't harm someone else. That's the key factor. And most of the things that are going on in our world are harmful to most of humanity. Most of humanity is being harmed and raped and pillaged by a handful of individuals who think that they have the right to dominate everybody else. It's a self-evident truth that they are operating unlawfully. I wish the divine would start upholding the law, the natural law, and start punishing or bringing whatever means is necessary to these people or demons or whatever they are that think they have the right to run roughshod over everybody else because that's the way they want it. That makes them comfortable. I'm sorry. I cannot and will not ever uphold such a system. If I'm delusional, as Gypsy Rob seems to think, a delusional free man, well, then I'm a delusional free man. But that's the foundation that I live my life on. And if it's delusional, well, so be it. It's only delusional because people have embraced the real delusion. The real delusion. What I'm embracing is the real reality. It's the way it was made to be and intended to be from the very beginning. Gypsy Rob, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're coming from. But I cannot espouse your idea that people that stand up for their rights are delusional. I cannot embrace that. We are the ones that are fighting for everybody else's freedom. And freedom is not something that we should even have to fight for. It should be a given. But it's not when you have people in charge, people with guns, people that are using show of force to force people into their box and to make people pay for their game plan, when their game plan undermines everybody else and robs and pillages everybody else and even murders. We've got to stop the criminals. And as God is my judge, I pray to God that these criminals be stopped as soon as they can possibly be stopped. Once again, I thank you very much for listening. I trust you'll have a beautiful day, and namaste.